Another Minnesota Vikings player has complimented the progression and the play of J.J. McCarthy, and I'm going to dive into that today on this Minnesota Tim podcast. But first, this take is presented by Hokeland Farm. Contact Hokeland Farm at 952-491-1541 and get the best rotationally grazed 100% grass-fed beef. If you're looking at yourself in the mirror, it would be a mistake not to accept this offer because this meat is cheaper than Walmart. This meat is healthier than Walmart or Costco or Aldi. It absolutely makes zero sense not to do this unless you don't have like a freezer in your garage or something like that. Contact Hokeland Farm and get the best meat around and get 20% off your first order by mentioning the Minnesota Tim podcast. 952-491-1541. So Minnesota Vikings linebacker and Minnesota Vikings native, former Minnesota Golden Gopher great.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Huh?
There it is. Blake Cashman joined the Jim Rome show this week and had a lot of praise to heap on Minnesota Vikings rookie J.J. McCarthy. He says, yeah, 21 years old, but a great young man, Cashman said of McCarthy in an interview with Jim Rome this week. He's a leader. He is eager to learn. A lot of young guys, sometimes they come in, be a little timid or shy, but he's walking around the locker room, big smile on his face, shaking hands, getting to know everybody. I didn't know much about his game before, and I knew he was an outstanding quarterback. Winning followed him at Michigan, but I didn't realize how much heat he could put on the ball. Pause. Oh, whoops, sorry. That was my Joe Biden. That was my Joe Biden impression. He's got a great long ball, and even those tight windows, which close fast at the next level, he can zip the ball past the linebacker. Say it again. He can zip the ball past the linebacker or safety's head and squeeze it into those tight windows, and that's very promising to see. Now, here we go again. Adam Thielen. McCarthy has all the tools. Kevin O'Connell. McCarthy is progressing really nicely. And here we go again by Blake Cashman complimenting the leadership, which was quite clear in Michigan. It was quite clear in the pre-draft process, and it's quite clear with this short period of time with the Minnesota Vikings. The dude has leadership qualities. He's got a great head on his shoulders. He loves football. He eats, breathes, and dies football all day, every single day. You can just tell he's that kind of guy. But the consistent feedback that we've heard from J.J. McCarthy is his arm strength. A lot of people are talking about how strong of an arm he has. And it was on display a little bit at Michigan. Like, there's a couple of deep balls that he threw that people put together on tape and said, oh, look at him throwing it from the right hash all the way to the left side of the end zone. Oh, this guy's got arm talent, and he can throw the ball. So those things seem to be very confirmed. Now, the question is going to be, and I don't know if it's that big of a question, really, is his accuracy. He was very accurate at the University of Michigan, 73% completion percentage. He didn't throw the ball much, though. He was not asked to throw the ball 30 to 40 times a game, put the team on his back. And those have been my concerns about J.J. McCarthy all off season. Can this guy make the throws that he needs to make on a consistent basis in the NFL when he needs to do it? Or is this a guy that needs to have a 2-touchdown lead in order to be successful? Is this a guy that can take a team like the Minnesota Vikings eventually down the road? Because this is where it's going to go. Can J.J. McCarthy take a team like the Minnesota Vikings that doesn't have a great defense, that doesn't have a Justin Jefferson, that doesn't have, star-studded players all around him? Can he take that team to the next level? Because ultimately, that's what every great quarterback is asked to do. Because great quarterbacks, they get paid so much that it takes out so much roster flexibility. So if J.J. McCarthy wants to get paid, if he thinks he's eventually going to get paid, well, first he needs to prove that he can do these things without top talent around him, because he's had top talent follow him wherever he's gone. And he's won everywhere he's gone. He talked about this winning DNA earlier in the offseason, but the question will be, can he do it without the best wide receiver in the league 7 years down the road? Can he do it without a great defense? Because here's the deal about J.J. McCarthy. He wasn't selected as a third or fourth round pick. And you know what? If you're a decent quarterback, great. If you can start some games for us, awesome. If you can become like a Russell Wilson superstar player at some point in your career, great. We got lucky in the mid round of the draft. You were a top 10 selection. And with that comes so much pressure to deliver not just a win here or there, but to deliver a Super Bowl. I mean, you don't select a top 10 in the NFL, a top 10 quarterback in the NFL draft to make a playoff game here or there, to win a playoff game here or there. You select a guy in the top 10 to be your franchise quarterback for 15 years. Can he do that? Or is he just going to be one of those guys that dinks and dunks his way around the NFL? Because I believe that J.J. McCarthy will not be a bust. I think he's too smart. I think he's too accurate. Everyone talks about this arm strength. The only question that I have is he a superstar level quarterback? Or is he a guy like Alex Smith? Alex Smith, solid career. Made it to several playoff games. Probably won a playoff game here or there. But was he ever going to be a guy that took the San Francisco 49ers or the Kansas City Chiefs to the next level? Playoff quarterback, made it to the playoffs several times. But there's a reason why the 49ers and the Chiefs moved off of him when they did. They moved off of him because there's limits with this guy. This guy needs a perfect storm of situations for our team to win a Super Bowl with him. And that's my fear about J.J. McCarthy. That's my one concern. But so far, Minnesota Vikings players love him. Minnesota Vikings former players love him. And he has displayed things in the locker room like leadership, like arm strength. He says he's been shaking everybody's hand, big smile on his face, getting to know everybody. Doesn't sound like Mike Zimmer's locker room. Back when Mike Zimmer got fired, I think there's players that went on and said, I think it was Brian O'Neill, said something along the lines, he wouldn't even say hi to you in the hallways as he walked by. He just looks like a guy that wouldn't say hi to you in the hallways, Mike Zimmer. Just I don't know. I don't know what you want to call him. Dickhead. I don't. Anyways.
Huh?
I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyways, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button right there. And remember to contact Hoagland Farms at 952-491-1541. Everyone, have a great day, and enjoy your 4th of July.